We thought it was done. Just when we thought enough records were broken for the day. Not only does USA get record-breaking viewership and ratings, CBS, come on down. We're going to break some records for you and raise your viewership ratings as well as only the GOAT, Caitlin Clark, can do. CBS receiving their highest rated WNBA game throughout the
The executive boardrooms at the WNBA headquarters just hit absolute rock bottom, and the entire sports media machine is in a total state of emergency tonight. In a shock move that nobody in New York saw coming, global basketball icon Caitlin Clark officially delivered a cold, brutal rejection to the league, walking completely away from the All-Star three-point contest and triggering the most embarrassing corporate panic in modern women's sports history. League executives and television producers thought they could automatically pencil her into their prime-time schedule to rescue their falling summer ratings. But Clark completely shut the door in their faces. What was supposed to be the WNBA's Crown Jewel Showcase event has officially devolved into a total unmitigated clown show. To understand why network executives are throwing absolute tantrums behind closed doors, you have to look at the artificial PR games and selective invite politics that sparked this controversy in the first place. While Clark was busy pulling in over 3 million viewers on national television and shattering historic network ratings for broadcasts, league officials were busy making baffling administrative decisions behind the scenes. In a move that left fans completely outraged, fan favorite sharpshooter Sophie Cunningham, who has been lighting up the floor with high-volume shooting, was completely snubbed and denied an invitation. The league thought they could ignore legitimate player merits, ignore the fans, and simply rely on Clark's star power to carry their entire broadcast. But Caitlin Clark saw right through the corporate trap. Instead of letting executive suits use her image as a cheap promotional gimmick while turning a blind eye to her peers, Clark drew an unyielding line in the sand by declining the three-point contest invite. She stripped the league of its premier attraction in a single stroke. The moment the news leaked that Clark was out, the entire event fell into an absolute tailspin. Ticket resale markets plummeted, corporate sponsors began firing off emergency emails, and executive producers were left in total panic trying to figure out how to sell a marquee event that just lost its biggest drawing power on planet Earth.
Indiana Fever players have not been getting the right calls. Players have been getting, might as well say, assaulted on a basketball court, and different various things has been happening. So if you guys have not heard the news, the WNBA made an announcement that the three-point contest, and they listed several people that will be taking part in the three-point contest. And with that being said, Caitlin Clark has declined to take part in it. Now, some people mad, some people ain't. But me, I definitely get why she declined. So Alexa Phillip, who was the one who kind of broke this story about an hour ago, that the three-point contest has been listed. And let's pull it up right now. Alexa Philippou here. Instead of Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu, and Kayla McBride were invited to participate in the three-point contest.
The financial consequences for the league's broadcast partners are nothing short of catastrophic. Major networks had already sold high-dollar ad slots under the explicit assumption that Clark's participation would guarantee historic record-breaking viewership numbers. But without her standing behind that three-point arc, those multi-million-dollar broadcast estimates were instantly incinerated. Networks that spent months allowing talking heads to downplay Clark's generational impact were suddenly forced to confront a brutal, undeniable reality. She doesn't need the league's artificial platforms. The league's platforms desperately need her just to stay relevant in modern sports culture. Without Clark on the court, the entire setup for the three-point contest was instantly exposed for the disorganized mess it really is. Mainstream sports anchors who normally defend front office decisions were forced to sit live on air and admit that the event had turned into a complete embarrassment. Fans across social media launched massive boycott campaigns.
1.4 million viewers, up 172% versus last season's average WNBA cable viewership. Caitlin Clark up 172%, and y'all want to keep running around pretending like this person's the face, that person's the face. How ironic is it? Like the highest 4 or 5 viewed games all season is all involving Caitlin Clark. Respect the handle, read it and weep. It's only one face. That don't mean there are not good other great players. fantastic players that I love watching. It's only one face. Respectfully. Caitlin Clark absolutely shutting it down. Look at the people. Only the queen can provide those kind of numbers. The face of the league, Jamel Hill. Caitlin is the face of the league. Now you know. Wow. Record WNBA TV game. It's another game where the face of the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, played. No surprise. Okay. Caitlin Clark absolutely shutting down the viewership. Here it says,
pledging to turn off their television sets during the event and flooding official league accounts with millions of angry comments. The message from the audience was clear, loud, and absolute. Sports fans refused to watch corporate gatekeepers exploit superstar talent while ignoring real merit. The fallout inside player circles has created an unprecedented level of locker room unity against league brass. Seeing stars like Sophie Cunningham publicly throw shade at the bizarre invite criteria, while megastars like Clark refused to play into the league's administrative games, sent massive shockwaves through the players' union. The narrative that players would quietly fall in line for corporate events has been completely destroyed. Athletes across the sport are recognizing the power they hold when they stand together against tone-deaf executive decisions that put cheap ratings above fairness and authenticity.
Of them all, the viral sensation, the second biggest name in the WNBA, the point princess herself, Sophie Cunningham, who's among the top 5 in three-point percentage from three-point range. Sophie Cunningham doesn't even get an invite to the three-point contest? Interesting. Let's get right into it, shall we? Like the video, hype the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. 2026 three-point participants: Ryan Howard, Marina Mabrey, AZ Fudd, Bridget Carlton, Natisha Heidemann, and Janelle Saloon. As Casey at Behind the Line would say, who, and who? Ryan Howard, Marina Mabrey, AZ. There's like no actual superstar name in this bunch. The biggest name in this bunch is probably AZ Fudd, and she's the biggest name not because of her game. She's the biggest name because of her girlfriend, Paige Beckers. Now I'm just going to...
High-level meetings are devolving into chaotic blame games. Executive producers are scrambling to rewrite their entire programming lineup for All-Star Weekend, knowing full well that viewership metrics are going to take an absolute bath compared to regular season broadcasts featuring Clark. How do you pitch a contest to primetime advertisers when your main draw walks away and the public is actively boycotting the broadcast? The corporate machine is finding out the hard way that you cannot manufacture hype without genuine player buy-in. This controversy highlights a massive, irreversible shift in the landscape of modern media. For decades, traditional sports leagues held all the leverage over their athletes, deciding who got the spotlight and who stayed in the shadows. But in the modern era, true star power belongs directly to the player. Caitlin Clark's drawing power is built on authentic excellence. Record-shattering performances.
But y'all trying to say somebody else is the face of the league. Cut it out. Cut it out. Only Caitlin Clark can do this. Now we chug along. Here it says Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu, Kayla McBride were all reportedly invited to participate in the WNBA three-point contest, but declined. And you know what I say? Stick it to him, Caitlin. I think Caitlin is entering her I don't give a damn era, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. She's entering that I don't give a damn era because she finally realized she woke up and smelled the coffee. Caitlin, there's nothing you can do to get these jealous, hating, envious people to like you. You giving them the highest view ratings for a WNBA three-point shootout, raising the bar. You getting them multi-million-dollar contracts. You getting them all PJ. They still don't like you. They are jealous. They are haters. They despise you. You don't need to run around trying to please them anymore. You don't need to run around trying to help them anymore. Give them the middle finger and do your thing on the basketball court. Damn them. You've done enough. And they've been
and an unbreakable bond with millions of passionate fans. When she decides not to participate, she takes the entire audience with her, leaving corporate committees holding an empty bag. The gatekeepers in sports journalism who tried to downplay Clark's unprecedented economic footprint are now eating a massive slice of humble pie. For months, television analysts claimed that the league's sudden surge in popularity was evenly distributed across every market. But this boycott proved that theory completely dead wrong. The moment Clark opted out, the stark difference between true cultural phenomenon status and manufactured hype became blindingly obvious to every sponsor, executive, and casual viewer watching the fallout unfold.
The Eastern Conference Player of the Week after she became the first player in WNBA history to record 45 points and 10 assists in a win over Seattle. Caitlin Clark became the fastest player also to reach 200 points off three-pointers. So this right here will be the three-point contest recipients. As you guys can see here, this is the banner I believe the WNBA put out here, and Caitlin Clark's name ain't on there, bro. Nope, it ain't on there. Buckets incoming. Meet the competitors for this year's three-point contest. Has over 240,000 views and 156 comments. For another year, Caitlin Clark is not in the WNBA three-point contest. Now, AZ Fudd is there. I don't know the current shooting percentage of Sophie and Caitlin right now, but I think it's pretty damn high. Sophie for sure. For somebody that's losing her fans, I would imagine Caitlin Clark will want to participate. She's disappointed and she wants all the fame without putting in the work. You sound like a damn hater. And Caitlin Clark is not losing her fans. Caitlin Clark is protesting. I believe this is a silent protest. Here it is. Somebody says Sophie ranks among